Hey GQ, this is Red Gerard, and this is The Breakdown. Agent Cody Banks. Oh, here we go. This is something that I haven't seen before. That's what we need. On a storm day, pause. On a storm day, we have wax techs that puts wax on our bases and our boards to get going faster. But we can almost just eliminate that position with having a jetpack on the back of your snowboard. I'm just saying we can maybe take tips from this. We're super lucky, you know, each contest that we travel to, we have wax techs is what we call them that come with us. And these are guys that are completely dialed on their job, and they're basically their whole job and their whole life is like figuring out how to make a base go as fast as it can when there's weather coming in, when it's snowing or when it's windy or something. They have all these different, you know, list of waxes that will do good on some days and make you actually be able to compete in a contest. I think if you had a jetpack on your board, it might cause more problems than not having it. I think probably the weight would really throw you off in the air. That's probably why he went tail over nose, because it weighs so much. It's probably why he fell. I mean, it's a movie, so who knows. But if we were to actually have that in real life, probably cause some complications. I think your balance would be pretty messed up. It'd be like riding a skateboard that's electric and you just have no power, you know, and it just has a mind of its own. By the look of the scenery in this scene above tree line, that probably means that you're using a helicopter to access the snowboarding spots. Right there, I mean, that's just your classic fall right there. He went, you know, tail over nose, did half a front flip, landed head first in the snow. Popped right up though, seems to be good to go. Jetpack on board, I'd have to try it out for a day, you know, but to be honest, I don't really know who you check in with, maybe like USADA, but doesn't really fit under drug testing. I'd say it's above and beyond drug testing. I mean, talk about a real life performance enhancer, that's that jetpack board right there. Out cold.
Everybody ready? Go! Watch your sucker! Cheater! Not tonight, Pigpen!
Pause. Out Cold is the movie I grew up to. Every time I go snowboarding with my family, Out Cold is playing in my head. I mean, this is like a family tradition right here. The whole idea of the King of the Mountain is you fill up your glass with beer at the top, snowboard down the whole mountain at nighttime, and you basically try not to lose your beer the whole way down. It's honestly a great event. I mean, everyone's going skiing and snowboarding to have a good time. This is the definition of a good time. Problem, I guess, nowadays with that, it's so hard to find ski resorts and snowboard resorts that offer night riding. There's not really a whole ton of them out there, which the other hard part is that it's probably completely illegal to have an open container while snowboarding, but hey, I'm no cop, I'm with it, let's do it. Honestly, it can go down as one of my favorite movies. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah! This is a black diamond? Terrifying. Oh, you got
I don't remember this.
What do you think, boys? Tips down. Tips f***ing down right away. Let's ride.
Black Diamond's what you would say the advanced riders would ride. It's gonna be the steepest hill with the most, you know, hazardous marks on the run, and that's where the Black Diamond comes from. I always say if you're snowboarding a black diamond or skiing a black diamond, you probably don't know, you know? You're never like, if you're actually on it, you're not like, I wonder if this is a black diamond or not, you know? Those look like black diamond runs though. By the trees and all that, I'm guessing Pacific Northwest, good snow cover, good style, all the borders. I don't know about the skiers, I'm not a skier, so I stand clear. Like a black diamond for a skier would probably mean there's gonna be moguls on it, which are big bumps of snow, where you go from doing hockey stops back and forth, getting down the run. And for a snowboarder, that's really not that fun, going on moguls. It just hurts the knees. The technique to handle a black diamond would be knowing how to use your edges, knowing how to snowboard, and just really knowing how to like link your turns and knowing how to stop when, you know, there's trees in the way or a rock or something. You know, you just kind of need to know your snowboard, know how everything rides, and go from there. And once you got that, I mean, the black diamond, you're gonna make that run yours. I want to get to know their stunt doubles. They seem like some good shredders. Fantastic Four. Right there, it's already real, right? And people jump out of helicopters all the time. Many names that are household names, Travis Rice, you know. This right here, I've never jumped out of a helicopter. On my bucket list, I would love to. I think if anything, it might get me more sponsors. I don't think it's gonna be an issue. I'm into it. I've done this before where you're riding backcountry and you know, the helicopter's dropped you off and then maybe someone's filming from the helicopter, which is going on right now. And you can totally hear this while you're riding, and it's almost like, I consider it, which I don't know, but I consider it almost being in war. There's noises going on behind you. Your like focus is like 40% on snowboarding and 60% on this helicopter behind you. It's a rush, it's pretty sweet.
All right, no more kid stuff. Check this out.
With the helicopter going on behind you and you snowboarding and the wind in your face, I think it would be pretty hard to hear your friend talking to you. I've never really done that before, you know. I'm always pretty focused on the snowboarding. Then you got, yeah, like I was saying, you know, 40% snowboarding, 60% the sound of the helicopter, add another percentage to talking to someone. I don't think that's too realistic, but you never know. Is there skier and snowboarder beef? I would say yes. Some snowboarders don't like skiers. Some skiers sure don't like snowboarders. There's still a mountain or two out there that don't even allow snowboarders at the ski resort. Me personally, I'm down for both, you know. Sometimes I'll get annoyed with skiers, but I'm sure they get just as annoyed with me. So I'm with it, you know. Last holiday. This is probably where snowboarders get such a bad rep right here. You know, skiing's this old sport that, you know, maybe rich people do. I don't know if I'm saying anything bad there or whatever, but, and then you get someone with a snowboard that has been, you know, sleeping in their car and they come out of control, passing you, almost hit you and your family, and she goes Bill's Mafia on them. I've always wondered in movies, like, if they're actually shooting the snowboarding, or if it's green screened and all that, and there's like a couple scenes in there where you can tell there's no green screen. You're like, that was probably pretty scary to shoot. Like, that was probably kind of a gnarly scenario. I mean, there is a lot of aspects in there that do seem real, you know? Like, when you're first learning how to snowboard, you're just kind of like a snowman put into a board, and all you know how to do is like go straight. You don't really know how to use your edges. You're just kind of all over the place. The thing that would, you know, points out that, like, obviously it's not her first time is her airing over a snowcat, or her like riding up on the bar and jumping off of it onto a table, you know. Like, there's some out of control, and then there's just like, that's like planned out of control, you know. When you're first starting to snowboard, you're out of control, like trying to survive going down the mountain, but you can just tell in that movie, you know, like, that's just a pro snowboarder, a really talented snowboarder trying to act this scenario where he's a beginner, and he hasn't been a beginner in like 5 years, and then all of a sudden he jumps over a snowcat, and you're like, okay, you've been doing this for a while. If that was an actual beginner, I would say her longest period right there was it'd probably be like a 15-second out of controlness, and then she'd fall on her butt. That was probably like a minute of free soloing down a run. Chalet Girl. That's an airbag. That's really big right now in snowboarding. Like, you know, we're reaching this point in snowboard slopestyle competitions where tricks are getting so big where they're too dangerous just to try on snow. You know, you take a pretty big possibility of getting hurt, and these airbags have been coming into play the last 5 years. They've been really coming into snowboarding because it's the safe way to learn a trick. It's like jumping into a foam pit or jumping into pillows stacked up. You know, you can't really get hurt on it, and it takes away that danger aspect of snowboarding quite a bit. And, you know, you can do a lot of reps on this and do your trick over and over and over until you feel good to go to the snow. It looks like there's some après scene going on here. I'm guessing they're in Europe. Europe's got some of the best après snowboarding and skiing out there, you know. After you're done snowboarding, you go inside, get a beer, watch whoever is snowboarding, and looks like the après set up right next to the airbag, so this girl's got herself a little X Games crowd watching. Yeah, you got tank tops on, the sun's out. It's just kind of how they do it over there, and I think it's something the US needs to take into account. We need to get on Europe's level of the après. You're not really hitting an airbag if you're not like doing competitions, you know, like not average people are just going out there like, I want to go hit an airbag today. Mental blocks in snowboarding is massive, and sometimes you have bad accidents in the past that hold you against what you want to do and what your future holds for you, and that's seems like maybe in that movie that's what she's getting at, you know, like the airbag, like I said, it's this false reality of snowboarding where you can kind of do whatever you want without getting hurt, and it's a good way to work step by step to get to your goal of getting back on jumps and getting back to doing spins and, you know, eventually competing and all that. I have used an airbag a couple times. I'm not the most fond of them, but you know, nowadays with where the sport's going, you kind of got to. But with that, there's also some like weird, you know, some people aren't about them at all because it does get people to this point where like maybe you're not ready to do the trick, but you hit the airbag and you've done it so much that now you're doing this trick, but you forgot a lot of fundamentals in the process. But I mean, that's bigger picture stuff in snowboarding. We don't need to talk about it, but yeah, I mean, the conversation between airbags it's a funny one to have. Thanks so much for watching these clips with me. Hope you learned something. Until next time.